Hello everybody, it's Musical Aviator here. We're at Qatar Cargo off at the Qantas Freight Ramp in Sydney. Milk Run Monday, and we're off to Sydney. Let's come down here and turn on the radios, and I'm going to go up there and turn on the ADIRU as well. So we're flying the PMDG 777 on the Milk Run today, and at the end of the week on Saturday is Cross the Pond. So that's from Europe to America, across the Atlantic Ocean, Saturday night from my perspective, and it's about an 8-hour flight. I shall be live broadcasting that one. Go need Sydney ATIS, which is 12625.
Charlie. Terminal information, Charlie. Landing and departing runway 24, wireless approach EU. Wind 1030 at 12 knots, visibility
way too loud.
Cloud fuel 800, broken at 2000. Temperature 19, QNH 1015. On first contact with tail approach, standby receipt of Charlie. Terminal information, Charlie. Landing and departing runway 24, wireless approach EU.
25s only.
1030 at 12 knots, visibility greater than 10 kilometers. Cloud fuel 800, broken at 2000.
230 at 10 knots. So we'll pop into here.
Reading clear across runway 65, continue on
Might just actually silence the tower for the moment while we get the FMS ready. So inertial position is set. We're heading Sydney to Melbourne. Our call sign today is Qatar 904. On that one there. First waypoint is Sydney. We're on the VOR. I missed a digit. SY, there we are. H65, Q29, down to Melbourne. Activated. Initialization, zero fuel weight today is 182.6. Just checking the fuel reserve, we need alternate of 2. And final reserve 2.9, total of 4.9. Flight level 400. Cost index is 200. Selected outside temp is it's actually 55. As much as we can spare. FAP will be 5. CG trim 27.1, which gives us a trim of 2.75. We'll be arriving in Melbourne with about 9. Actually there's a headwind, so probably going to be less than 9. Rest of the wind data 8.3. Back to legs. You know it's runway 25, it's only going to be a Sydney departure. Sydney 5. That's fine. Rest of that's good. Cargo loading has pretty much been done. Switch those over in HPA. And I can talk about information Charlie to Sydney Tower. 5 minutes till we can push. Sydney Tower, Qatar 904, requesting clearance to Melbourne.
Qatar 904, please activate the final one. I'm going to focus on you're cleared it to Melbourne. via Wollongong flight plan reps. Runway 16 right, Dina 4 departure, Wollongong transition. Initial climb 5,000, score 4462, and departures with Sydney approach 124.4.
Qatar 904, cleared to Melbourne via Wollongong. Runway 16 right, Dina 4 departure, Wollongong transition, initial climb 5,000, score code 4462, departures 124.4, Qatar 904. Okay, they've thrown us for a loop there. We have a Dina 4 departure with a Wollongong transition, runway 16 right. Just check through there. Close the gap.
Did Tower to stop on 3 ready at Bravo 10 for departure.
Score code is 4462. 4462 in the box. Departures on 124.4. Is set. Initial climb was 5,000. Let's run a checklist. Oxygen tested on my side. And we're good. 100% over this side. And 100% over that side. And the jump seat
just up 583
is fine.
Please the takeoff.
With takeoff runway 16 left, just off 583, good luck.
Parking brake is set. Fuel control switches are cut off. Flight instruments just waiting on that. Altimeter is set 1017.
Just up 583, yeah.
And heading
Departure to the airport, just off 583.
Heading for the runway is 155. I'll set that. Set.
Sydney Tower, g'day. Whiskey Delta Alpha at helipad 1, just requesting radio check.
Supernumerary signs are all on. In fact, we can put them on auto. It's all fine. MCP.
Delta Alpha, thanks.
So V2, we just need the speeds up. Don't have those yet, just been a moment while I fix this. Nope. And we're just waiting for that to populate. That'll come in 1 minute and 30 seconds.
And Sydney Whiskey for request the touch.
Before we do that, I might as well get the hydraulics on, and I'll need the beacon on for that. Pack's coming on, auto. There's some air conditioning happening in here. It's 21 degrees. And we need 2.75 on the trim. Can even put that up there actually. Flight controls on. Currently have 4 on the trim. 2.75-ish. Let's go see you'll get it. Brake's fine. About 35 seconds. And we'll start talking soon. So we do have the departure, the Dina departure. Runway 16. Runway 16 is just behind us. We'll be pushing back with a right face and then taking one right turn onto the runway. After departure, just need that SID, Dina 4, there it is. So I can even follow that on now. After departure we have a requirement to cross the first waypoint above 521 feet, and that's direct to dunes. From there it's direct to Dina, Campi, Wollongong, and then via the flight plan route. Initial climb is 5,000. Weather is VFR. We have there's a few showers in the area still, down south especially. So it's VFR over the field, but there is cloud as low as 800 feet, so there is a possibility we'll need IFR for return. We've got the V speeds coming up now. Those are V1 138, rotation at the same, and V2 at 149. I'll set 149 in the bug. Go up to 80 knots, we're good to stop. After 80 knots it's only for major failures such as engines or hydraulics. From there we're up to V1 and we're committed to take off at the point of takeoff. Climb away speed at 149. Okay, that's most of the items that I'm thinking of. Fuel pressure is not on yet, so I'll add the pumps.
You are cleared for a VFR departure to the ground.
APU is running. MCP. V2 is set. Heading set 155 and altitude set 5000. Takeoff speeds are set. Sydney pre-flight is complete. Trim is set. Taxi and takeoff briefing are complete. We're up for the before taxi checklist. That means we can start the engines and do the pushback. We are nose to the right.
We'll see, it's pushing through.
Flight director's on, and we'll be using LNAV VNAV for departure. Call for taxi. Sydney Tower, Qatar 904 with Charlie is ready for pushback. We're at cargo.
Qatar 904, push and start approved.
Push start approved at Qatar 904. Copy, ready for push. We have been cleared. We are nose to the right. Okay, numinary signs are on. We'll stick them on actually, just for the hell of it. Logo lights on, beacon is on. Cargo containers are clear, the stairs are clear, and we're good for the push. Clock please. Parking brake is released. Copy, start. Right, we'll start the right engine first. That's running. Fuel control to run. Right engine, N2 rising. $29. $33. Fuel flow. EGT rising. EGT stable. Starter cut out, and we'll start the left engine. Starter is on, fuel control is running. And 2330. $33. Fuel flow. EGT rising. NGT peaked and stable. And we have 2 good engines. Before taxi checks, anti-ice not required. Recall. Recall's good, TCAS is off. Water brake set, RTO. Flight controls. Yeah, let's go flight controls, full deflection to the left. Right, sorry. Full forward, now to the left. Full back. And that looks good to me. Just waiting on ground equipment. And we'll cut back the APU, don't need that anymore. APU cooldown. Parking brakes are set. That's going to check that thrust limit. I think we want to derate more. Climb to takeoff to. Takeoff speed's deleted, so I'll just put them back in. Don't want to do that much actually. That's probably too much. Derate. Back to the 55 on that. That's fine. So updated speeds 131. It's a balanced field. We've got a 4 kilometre long runway here. 134 is fine. The same brief as before. The speeds changed slightly. 134 is the rotation. The V1 is also at rotation. Copy, you cleared to disconnect and yeah, we got done. Ground equipment has called clear. They're still in front of us. We'll tick the tab and move on to the next one. We'll go flaps 5 for takeoff. For takeoff checklist, flaps. Set for 5. Holding at flaps. Ground equipment in sight. Ground equipment is clear. Before takeoff checks, flaps are 5 and set. Let's go back to the engine page. Just double check a few things actually. Let's go to the door page as well. That's all fine. Gear page, that's all fine. Flight controls are checked, electronics are all green, hydraulics all green, the fuel is green, and we're ready to go. Sydney Tower, Qatar 904 is ready for taxi with China.
904, taxi Alpha 1 Alpha to the Alpha 1 holding point, runway 16 right.
Alpha 1 holding point, runway 16 right, Qatar 904. Taxi lights on, please. Terrain lights on.
That will be HDD tap.
Shortest taxi ever. And we're ready. Let's transponder on.
What's the 880 hold short on there, Jeff?
Hold short runway 25.
Sydney Tower, Qatar 904, fully ready at 16 right.
Qatar 904, we're continue holding on platform 7.
Holding short of the runway, Qatar 904. Brakes on. Parking brake set. Auto brake RTO. Passenger signs are on. Doors automatic. Aircraft spotted on TCAS. Looks to be on the other parallel. This is on the shortest final I've ever seen. Or a helicopter. Be more at the front window than at the side at the moment. Probably in the post. Somewhere behind my post. 400 feet up.
Qatar 904 and both the 880, that'll be a short flight.
Qatar 904.
No drivers.
Actually at 5 miles. Are they even moving? Is that who we're holding for? Nah, that's got to be a helicopter, 400 feet, pretty much over the city. Yeah, I'd say that's a helicopter.
What's the 880 runway? Runway 2 miles quicker than I got.
Taxi lights off. Good thing about flying cargo, you don't need to make any announcements to passengers because you don't have any.
Qatar 904, runway 16 right, line up and wait.
16 right, line up and wait. Qatar 904. Brakes off. Rolling up in position.
Approaching 16 right.
16 right, and we are cleared for 16 right. On 6 right's painted on the ground also.
On runway 16 right.
Copy on runway. Locked, cleared for takeoff. Traffic spotted on the crossing. Good to see our usual flight is taking off today.
Qatar 904, information doctor is now current, QH1015, the wind 230 knots from 16 right, clear for takeoff.
16 right, clear for takeoff, Qatar 904. Clock's on. 55%. Engine stable, Toga. Takeoff first set. 80 knots. Thrust hold.
Qatar 904, just confirming you're on the runway 16 right.
V1, rotate.
Rotate.
V2.
Positive right, gear up. 3000. Qatar 904 airborne. Flaps 1. Let's get a departure frequency.
Velocity 887, there's a requirement to
Flaps
reach
up.
5,000 by 20 DME Sydney.
Copy that, 5,000 by 20 DME Sydney, velocity 887.
To Qatar 904, go ahead.
904 is climbing 5,000 out of 3,600.
Qatar 904, identify continue climb flight level 280, break rate minus 40, full contact Sydney.
Flight level 280.
Okay, established across the tail, yeah.
Qatar 904, say the reback attitude now, thanks.
Yep, flight level 280, Qatar 904. 2 or 3?
Qatar 904, thanks, break velocity 880, direct residence planned route.
Direct residence and route velocity 880.
Sydney approach, Rex 284 on the ground, Wollongong, requesting Airways, IFR to Melbourne as far as Vatsim. Rex 284, Sydney approach, today there's no reporter or solid IFR traffic Wollongong at this stage, call code 4017. 4017 for Rex 284.
10,000, sorry. Barrow standard.
Qatar 904 direct to Wollongong and planned route.
Direct to Wollongong, planned route, Qatar 904. That's pretty much what we're doing anyway.
Qatar 904 Sydney approach.
904, copy direct Wollongong.
Qatar 904, thanks.
Sydney approach, helicopter, Whiskey Delta Alpha, 500 feet off our house, requesting clearance back to Sydney, south of the CBD.
Whiskey Delta Alpha, you can track press position direct to the Sydney Aerodrome. Not above 1,000, contact Sydney Tower 120 National Climb.
1205, thanks to the ATC, and sorry about the confusion. Whiskey Delta Alpha.
That's no worries at all.
Nice to hand fly this old thing, especially on the climb, on the flight director.
Velocity 887, thanks very much for helping me out with that. You resume your profile to 10 now, cancel the start and maintain a runway heading of 020 degrees.
Copy that, that's okay. Cancel start, 020 degrees, velocity 887.
Autopilot in command.
Sydney approach, g'day, Mike from
So all checklist.
descent to 10,000 and receive
Checklist, start to take off. Landing gear is up. Flaps are up.
Mike Cleaver Charlie, Sydney
Checklist complete.
approach, g'day. Continue descent to 8,000, information now Delta. And just stand by one of your tracks.
Sydney approach, just to confirm, do I turn 020 now, velocity 887.
Velocity 887, sorry, yeah, absolutely. When I give you the start clearance, correction, when I cancel your start clearance and give you a radar heading, that's when you take it up.
Sorry, got to take confused there, velocity 887.
Velocity 887, 8 firm, take up the radar heading down, 020 please.
Right on that, velocity 887.
Mike from Charlie, Sydney, 8,000. Mike Cleaver Charlie. All stations, Sydney approach, stand by 1, I'll be right there. Qatar 904, contact Melbourne Center 125.0.
125.0, Qatar 904. Is set. Melbourne Center, Qatar 904, climbing flight level 280.
Qatar 904, good day, climb flight level 400.
Climb flight level 400, Qatar 904. Speed VNAV belt, we'll just need to spawn that again. Flight level 400. Thrust max VNAV speed.
Melbourne Center velocity 880, climb flight level 280. Velocity 880, climb flight level 380 due traffic. Climb flight level 380. 880. Green Air 540, start clearance. Green Air 542, start clearance.
I'm going to go ahead for Green Air 542.
Green Air 542, start clearance, VOR Arrival, runway 25, when ready, descent level 200.
Green Air 542, any chance of getting a longer runway than runway 25?
Stand by.
Just a few of the views that come with pressing A when you're looking at the wing view. I like that tail view. Might have to get some more of tail views from the 300ER when they release that. And a forward looking one of these, something like that. Nice wingtip. See the flex in the wing there. Also the stroke blinking away. Tiny bit of contrail just coming off the back of the engine there.
Green Air 542, recleared A484 arrival, runway 16 right, when ready, descent level 210.
416 right, when ready, down at 210, Green Air 542.
Bad looking plane, the old 777, even in the freighter version.
Qatar 409, report current Mach number.
Qatar 409 is Mach 0.84.
Velocity 880, report Mach number.
0.772.
They're going to slow us down, aren't they? Hope not.
Velocity 880, maintain Mach number decimal 86 or less.
Yeah. 86 and a 737? You kidding?
Qatar 804, maintain Mach number decimal 86 or greater.
It's 804, just taking 0.86 or better. I think we can just about manage that, maybe. Mach number. It's pushing it. There it is, yeah, we can do it. Bingo. Go back and close that window. And make slash 0.86. There we go.
Station calling, say again.
Calvin Center blocking 880.
0.86. Go. Exit.
So velocity 880, your volume's just dropped off a bit, say again.
Sorry, blocking 880, how do you read now?
Velocity 880, that's a bit better.
0.86 or better. So screaming along. Maximum speed. So you can do it there.
Green Air 542.
0.76. So we're burning a bit more fuel. It was at 0.83 when we left. We've gone down to about 0.81 for the takeoff. We're losing about
Okay guys, there's obviously a bit of difference in your guys, there's two wings. Velocity 880, maintain decimal 81 or greater.
I'm not sure 737 can even do that. You'd say unable.
Maintain decimal 81 or greater.
Qatari 8, correction, Qatari 904, maintain decimal 78 or less.
78. Got 804. Alright. Changing from 0.86 fast as possible down to 0.78. I like the other speed better. Qatar 904 just again was at 0.78.
Qatari 904, 8 home, decimal 78 or lower.
Cool, I can do that. Let's close the window again and put 78 in there. 0.78. Close the window, chuck that in, execute. How's that for the fuel? Not much of a difference. It's at 40,000 feet. Wonder what Melbourne's got happening down there. Meters it subtly, so it's probably going to be a one-way 1.6 approach. It'll be flap 30, 137. LIZZI7 Alpha, I reckon.
Creating 542 when ready to send 10,000 to NH1015.
When ready down to 10,000 to NH1015, green air 5 winds.
Business Centre, good evening. Rex 284 with you to 6,000 out of Wollongong.
Rex 284 identifying the console 200. Have you received clearance?
Negative, sir. Sydney approach advised no IFR out of Wollongong, therefore clearance not required.
Rex 284, copy. You'll click to Canberra via, you'll click to Melbourne by Canberra, Essendon by Canberra, Primary, console 200.
Clear to Essendon via Canberra, flight plan route 200, thank you, Rex 280.
There's a control in front of us, look at that. Haven't seen that for a while. That's at 737 that was taken off in the crossing runway just as we took off. I like Senna's first plan, getting us to speed up and overtake him. That would have been fun. But alas, it looks like we're going to be sitting here behind them. Probably getting step descents all the way down in 2 to 5,000 foot increments. Oh well. Right, doing a briefing. I've just looked at the meta. We have wind 170 at 8 knots. That would suggest to me that Melbourne will be running at 16s. LIZZI arrival, LIZZI7 Alpha arrival onto the runway 16 approach is the most likely. Runway 16 approach comes in from Belinda, BOL, NDB, and then through those waypoints we have an outer marker, runway 16, which we should be crossing at about 1,680 feet. That's 1680 right there. We have about 3,000 feet or above at 185 knots. FMS is probably going to select 170 knots for the outer marker, and after that, or even as we approach the outer marker, we'll slow down to AV ref plus additive. At this stage there's no gusting, so additive will be +5. That'll give us the remote speed of 142. ILS will be managed by the FMS. Just checking on the NavRad page, we have 109.7 and front course 160, and that does match the chart. We have a minimum descent of 640, that's the decision or minimum descent altitude, decision height. Height itself is 208 radar, and there was also a 550 runway visual range minimum. Actual weather for visibility, we have clouds few at 3,000, scattered at 4,500, broken at flight level 280. Visibility greater than 10 kilometers. No significant weather. 15 degrees Celsius. Dew point of 10. QNH 1021. And I'll set 1021.
Velocity 880 and good at Qatar 904, intern contacts in the approach. Melbourne Centre on 125.2.
The best way to do that is to do it twice. You're not that busy, we've had lots of dead air. You could say it now. Qatar 904, also contacting Centre 125.2. No rush. Nice and calm.
Velocity 888.
There we go.
Velocity 888. No, that was velocity 880 that I was calling.
Just waiting for that to clear. Cool. Melbourne Centre, Qatar 4, say again, Qatar 904, flight level 400.
Qatar 904, okay, Melbourne Centre.
Cool, that's all we need.
Velocity 888, contact Melbourne approach on 132.0.
Should be in range of Melbourne ADIS by now. Let's try it on 132.0. 7, and we'll turn that on as well.
Ground change mode. Reactor 3000, counter 4500, and broadcast 28,000. Temperature 15, command 1021. First contact is Melbourne ground or approach, out of power set to Boston. Some general information officer. Step Dallas, approach level 16 for rolls and passes. Lead blank 170 knots. Visibility ground change mode. Reactor 3000, counter 4500, and broadcast 28,000. Temperature 15, command 1021. First contact is Melbourne ground or approach, out of power set to Boston.
Notice to all tower controllers, if you're not using a automated ADIS generator, speak slowly so that I can understand you.
Yeah. Temperature 15, command 1021. First contact is Melbourne ground or approach, out of power set to Boston. Some general
information. I can't even keep up if pretending to be an idiot. I'm just going to read it. I can't understand it. Information is... can anybody guess what the letter was?
It's been 5,000.
Does anybody know what the letter was? I'll let you hear it again before I say it.
Lead blank 1708 knots. Visibility ground tank mode. Reactor 3000, counter 4500, and broadcast
4,500, blah blah blah.
15, command 1021. First contact is Melbourne ground or approach, out of power set to Boston. Some terminal information officer. Step Dallas approach level 16.
Melbourne terminal information, I think it's Oscar. I heard Oscar. Let's look at the text. I might take a screenshot of this and chuck it into the video. There we go. So I have Melbourne information Papa. It's not Oscar, and I don't think he said Oscar. It sounded like Oscar because he was rushing. Let me read out what I've seen on the written ADIS. I've got Melbourne Terminal Information Papa. Expect ILS approach. Runway 16 for arrivals and departures.
131.
That's how fast it should be.
No further ATC services available. Control services terminated. Switch to Unicom 12 to go to Malay. Have a good flight.
92121, just approach 122.8, and bye-bye, Qantas 131.
Anyway, I'll see if I can get one in. Melbourne Terminal Information Papa. Expect ILS approach. Runway 16 for arrivals and departures. Wind 180 degrees, 8 knots. Visibility greater than 10 kilometres. Cloud scattered 2,600.
516, clear the VOR approach runway 17, report established.
And that's why I have to read it out either through the automatic ATIS, or you simply just have to close your primary as you read it. Another one that I've heard, a really cool trick if you're using any of the controlling software, is as you record your ATIS, hold down your transmit key. Say all traffic, information, Papa, and then you just press down your thing to record it and you read it out. So you don't have to read fast. Just transmit it across the frequencies. They won't interrupt you in that case. So say traffic information is being upgraded to Papa. Start the recording. Melbourne terminal information Papa. Expect ILS approach. Runway 16 right. Oh, I'm thinking about Sydney. Runway 16 for arrivals and departures. Wind 180 at 8 knots. Visibility greater than 10 kilometres. Cloud scattered 2,600. Temperature 14. QNH 1021. On first contact with ground or approach, notify receipt of Papa. And then release. And then stop the recording. And now you've got a perfectly good readout. That's my advice to tower controllers. The other advice is get Euroscope and use the automatic ATIS. It sounds awesome. And actually more realistic because it's a recorded loop voice and it has that kind of, you know, computer generated feel about it, which is what the real ATIS sounds like. In fact, just for this video, I'm going to get the real Sydney ATIS, as I have it on my phone.
That's at Qantas 494 maintains flight level 370.
There's Terry.
Qantas 494, thanks.
Terry Scanlon from WorldFlight. Anyway, I'm going to play you the real world ATIS from Sydney.
Sydney, terminal information for PAR. Expect ILS approach, then independent visual approach when visual. Do not pass through assigned runway center line. Runway 16 left and right for arrivals and departures. Damp. Parallel runway operations in progress. Independent departures in progress. Wind 290 degrees, 8 knots. Downwind 5 knots. Visibility greater than 10 kilometers. Showers in area cumulonimbus to south. Cloud few 1,000 feet. Few 2,000 feet. Few 2,500 feet. Temperature 19. QNH 1016. On first contact with Sydney, ground or approach, notify receipt of a PAR.
So you can see that's not only a robotic voice, it takes only 1 minute to say the whole thing. And it's very easily to understand because it doesn't rush.
Clear touch and go, runway 17 Canberra.
Very nicely spoken. Relaxed. One piece of information at a time, and about the speed that you can write it down with
Please touch it. Please touch
on a
and
piece
go,
of paper
17 516.
with a pen.
And California 516, I did departure instructions when you're ready.
Anyway, that's my advice to tower controllers.
ready
Make
for
your
that
ATIS
right
nice and
now,
understandable,
516.
nice and slow, automated if you can with the VOR
California
software.
516, after your touch and go, make a left turn, track direct Cullen.
I didn't say VRC, did I? I just did. Euroscope has a automated ATIS, so if you're using Euroscope, use it.
Left turn 10,000.
If you're using VRC like I do, then at least when you say your ATIS, be very slow about it.
Direct Cullen 516.
See if you can write it down as you say it,
516.
because that's how fast we're listening. We don't have to want to listen to your ATIS 5 times in a row and not really understand what you're saying because you're going too quickly. Anyway, that's my ATIS rant for the year. Yes, must be bored in this 777 because we don't have much to do because it flies itself so well. Alright, let's review what we're doing with the next checklist. The descent checklist, we've got notes. Let's check out the notes. There aren't any, I know, because we don't actually have a company. And that thing's just a face. It's not an actual, you know, ACARS. There's nothing of ACC, obviously. We're not logged into CPDLC. Nothing to review. There's no manager. We're not in a company. There's no new messages. So that's fine. Checklist. The notes are complete. Water breaks will be 2. That's already selected. Landing data. Let's have a look at that. Our arrival will be with 7.7 tons of fuel. We have 9.6 currently. I can apparently do math. No, I can't. So we need 9.6 minus 7.6. That should have been easy enough. That's 2. So it'll be 190.1. Didn't expect that. 136 knots. I'll select that. That'll give us an approach speed of 141. Landing data. VREF has been set. Minimum 640 on the barrow. And that's been set. Approach briefing completed.
462, contact Melbourne Central on 125,
and I'll leave the recall until I've actually started out of the
Melbourne Central 125, 10, thanks, Speedbird 462, good.
Recall is clear for the moment. We actually technically haven't received our star clearance yet, even though I know exactly what it will be, since I've flown this particular flight between Sydney and Melbourne many times.
949, contact Melbourne Central on 125.0, good night.
125.0, just on 149, good night.
LIZZI 880 still available?
Go ahead, LIZZI 880.
LIZZI 880, so the LIZZI7 Alpha arrival, runway 16, when ready, December for 240.
LIZZI7 Alpha, runway 16, when ready, flight level 240, LIZZI 880.
Antonio 516, contact Melbourne Central 125.0.
40 miles, top of the 10.
Antonio 516, contact Melbourne Central 125.0.
Melbourne Central 125.0.
Qatar 04, star available.
Qatar 904, go ahead.
Qatar 904, star is LIZZI7 Alpha, arrival runway 16, maintain flight level 400.
Clear LIZZI7 Alpha, arrival runway 16, maintaining flight level 400. Qatar 904. 30 miles, drop descent. Okay, recall is checked. Descent is complete. Approach is the next one, which you need to do about 10,000. See what are we doing for our descent profile. 314 is probably a bit hot. Let's do 0.78 and 280. Set. Reset MCP altitude, we're at top descent now. Really close to it.
Velocity 880, that's what is 380.
5 miles.
Velocity 880, thanks. I appreciate you keep the speed up on descent, thanks. Okay, velocity 880.
Qatar 904, we're looking for a descent in about 5 miles if it's to remain at 280 knots, indicated on the way down.
Qatar 904, when ready, descend to flight level 240 and maintain the speed restrictions on the descent, thanks.
Level 240 and maintaining speed Mach decimal 78 and not above 280. Qatar 904. Started on down. Grid wind points I need. Time currently 23. It's pretty close to 00. Apron is printable. PDF. Thrust hold. Let's see what else I need there. We do 340, 300, 240 and 180. Down well. So we have 06 at 10. Really? Ah yes, there we go. So wind direction 006 currently. That doesn't sound likely. Let's get it from PFPX. Got the time wrong. Still doesn't match. And now on LI. Now we'll let ActiveSky catch up. We had it in offline mode. Must have lost internet connection at some point. There we go. Not sure why it's increasing power. Especially with
That's 494, contact Melbourne Central 125.0, good night.
0125.2, thanks very much mate, good night.
Cheers, Jerry.
310 now. 294.16. 230. 150. 70. 240 is at 049 at 26. 104 I mean.
Velocity 880, descend to 9,000, QNH 1021.
And 9,000, 1021.
What is this thing doing?
Melbourne Centre, good evening. Rex 284 with you, flight level 200.
Rex 284, Melbourne Centre, good evening.
6 of 18. 113.11.
Centre, what happened to Melbourne Centre Benduke?
I don't know, we handed your tag over a while ago and I hadn't heard from you, so that's why I contacted you.
Ah, roger that. Thank you, sorry about that.
Flight level change. I'm not really happy with the way that VNav was handling. What the heck is this thing trying to do? Flight level change. Should be idle thrust. Qatar
904, descend to 9,000, QNH 1021.
9,000, QNH 1021, Qatar 904. 9,000 set, double change.
Qatar 904, descend to 9,000, QNH 1021.
9,000, QNH 1021, Qatar 904.
Qatar 904, reduce speed to not above 250 knots.
250 knots or less, Qatar 904. Let's go to 240. And speed brake.
Velocity 880, report indicated airspeed.
880 indicating 301.
Velocity, say again, slightly corrupted.
Alright, velocity 80 indicating 301.
Velocity 880, thanks.
had some problem with my push to talk button.
Velocity 880, cancel speed restrictions below 10,000 and maintain your best speed after 10,000.
Cancel speed below 10,000, Wilco velocity 880.
Problems where it fell off. There's a plastic broken half. There's a piece of it right stuck inside there. There's one bit that's out here. Fortunately, we have two push to talk buttons. Just can't use the one on the stick at the moment. Pull the brakes off. Not on the brake, I mean spoiler.
Velocity, contact Melbourne approach on 132.0.
Approach 132.0 velocity 880, good on.
That'll be us soon, 132.0. Should I edit on this one? And listen to this again.
Some general information on the sector, approach level 16 for rolls and passes. Leave
904, station speed restrictions tonight. Contact Melbourne approach on 132.0.
Melbourne approach 132.0, Qatar 904. Comment about ADIS here. Melbourne approach, Qatar 904, descending 90,000, out of flight level 145. We have information, and I'll quote the ADIS. I'm telling you about
Qatar 904, g'day Melbourne approach, runway 16.
Runway 16, Qatar 904. Melbourne Blue.
Velocity 880, descend to 5,000.
Dead 5,000, velocity 880.
and all stations inbound to Melbourne, information Quebec. Now current changes wind 170 degrees 8 knots. And few cloud 2,400, scattered 3,000. Temperature 140 on H1022 Melbourne, information Quebec.
Good, H1022. Set that to change. Wrong thing. 1022 set. And on the standby. Approach checklist, altimeter set. And we'll pop them on now.
Velocity 880, cancel speed requirement, you can maintain profile speed.
Yes, speed requirement, profile speed, velocity 880.
Taking a look at serve info there, I'd like to thank Tom Evans as Velocity 880 for producing a wonderful contrail in cruise and keeping us company all the way down into descent into Melbourne. I see he filed flight level 400 as well. I suspect that we were occupying his airspace because he did appear to be about 2,000 feet below us, so I think he got a minute.
Velocity 880, descend to 4,000.
Descend 4,000, velocity 880.
Let's get some lights on.
Qatar 904, descend to 6,000.
Yeah, 6,000, Qatar 904. 6,007.
Qantas 479, contact Melbourne Centre 125, decimal 2 back.
479, go 125, decimal 2, 149.
One 0.5 is the tower and the addons.
1321. Okay, contact is Melbourne ground or approach Qatar acceptable. Melbourne general information officer. Dallas approach level 1, 6 for rolls and passes. These runs from different actions.
I'm guessing he hasn't updated.
Velocity 880, descend to 3,000, Trumbull into Clover, highest approach, runway 16.
10 to 3,000, getting higher, more than 880.
Melbourne approach Quebec number 7432 with you on time 5,000, passing 1,800.
Cover 7432, get out Melbourne approach, identified, climb flight level 200.
Climb flight level 200, number 7432.
Next checklist is landing. And we'll do that with the gear down. Let's go back on, oh, we're already out. On B nav, L nav.
Qatar 904, descend at 4,000. Qatar 904, descend to 4,000.
Down to 4,000, Qatar 904. Didn't hear the 9. In fact, to be honest, I thought he said Starliner 04. Now that I think about it, there's no such thing. So it's a Qatar 904. Still every so tiny bit above profile. Just going to add about half a notch of spoiler there.
What's the 880 contact? Melbourne Tower 120845.
Yeah, 120.5.
Maybe a bit more than half. Give it all.
Qatar 904, descend to 3,000.
Yeah, 3,000, Qatar 904. Heard the 9 that time. On vertic profile, spoilers off.
Qatar 904, from Belinda, clear the Alice approach, runway 16.
From Belinda, clear the Alice approach, runway 16, Qatar 904. Clear the approach. We have localizer at full deflection. Kind of alright with that actually. Let's go and arm the approach. Localizer is trying to capture. Don't know why. Not quite sure what it's trying to do. Alright, that's alright. We can start turning now. And we'll go flaps 1.
Compass 7432, contact Melbourne Centre 1258.2, bang.
1252, Compass 7432, good night.
More spoiler. Drag required. Runway in sight. Let's go level change. Get out. We've got 500 feet, otherwise we'll have to take over manually.
25.
Tower 904, trailing 7377 miles ahead, contact Tower now 120.5, bang.
Tower 120.5, Qatar 904.
Lost the 88.
What's the 80? Sorry about that.
Lights up, set. Alright. Set for the mist, 3000. Speed 160, we'll need flap 15. Gear is down. Auto brake armed. Speed brake armed. Melbourne Tower, Qatar 904, final 16. Flaps 20.
No, 904. Melbourne Tower.
Just say again, I didn't quite hear you there. 904. You might have said clear to land, or you might not have.
No, 904. Continue approach runway 16.
Continue approach 16, Qatar 904. And we find out that he didn't. Out of marker, flaps 30, and VREF plus 5 equals 141. 141 is set. Out of marker 1620. Check. Landing checklist. You know, speed brake armed. Landing gear down. Flaps set. We are on the approach. Not clear to land yet. My airplane.
Approaching 16.
Check 16.
Looks to be a welcome to Melbourne. Taxi via Echo. Correction, taxi to the gate of your restriction. And Qatar 90, wind 1708 knots. Please land runway 16.
Runway 16, please land, Qatar 904. Transitioning visual.
Minimums.
Landing. Reverses are on. Keep them on. $80 knots. 60 knots manual braking. Spoilers up. And we're off the high. Vacating on Golf. Qatar 904 vacates Golf.
Qatar 904 FSDT gate restriction by Alpha.
To the gate by Alpha. We'll be tracking down to Yankee. Flaps up. View's coming up. Landing lights coming off. Strobe is off. The rest of that's fine. Flight director is off. Clock's off at 1 minute and 8. we don't have a flight crew, so we can't disarm the doors now. Have to do it ourselves. Now we're going down that side. APU is running. Let's get rid of transponder. Transponder is standby. TCAS is off. And we're coming up to the freight area now. Golf 5, I think. Yes, it is. Next one along. Bing! There's Golf 5. Looks like 65. That 6 is really a G. I want to go right. It's not the center line. Center line's over there. And on the stop. Parking brake set. APU is running. The rest of the systems are in automatic. And we're good to shut down. Fuel cut off both engines. Logo lights off, beacon is off. Let's get rid of fuel pumps and hydraulics. And the IOU can also come off. And let's disarm the doors. Once we get off our seats and get out that door. Alrighty, so we've arrived in Melbourne. We've got some deboarding action going. Disarm our front door there. Main deck cargo can start opening, and we'll open the bottom cargoes. It's fine to us. Okay, clock's 1:23. Lights are off apart from the nav. ADIRU is off. And let's grab the checklist. Okay, shutdown. Hydraulic panel is set. Fuel pumps are set. They're waiting for opening the front door there. Cool. And there's an unrealistic sound that we don't want. Okay, we have hydraulic panel set. Fuel pumps are off. Flaps are up. Parking brake is set. Fuel control switch is cut off. Weather radar is off. ADIRU is off. Packs are still on because I like air conditioning. And we can turn off the emergency lights. I should probably turn off the packs as well, to be honest. And emergency lights, I just did them on instead of off. There we go, off. Cool, so that's all set and done. Some bags are coming out of the back of the plane there, and there. And we're all good. So thanks for joining me on this flight from Sydney down to Melbourne with a bunch of cargo. And some elusive children in the back there for some reason. Ignore those. Over there you can see the Tiger Tower of random. And hope you enjoyed the flight. A little bit of information about ADISs. A rant about how ADISs are said in by some people. So the options there were to, probably the best one is using the Euroscope ADIS maker. That's an automatic computerized voice. Firstly, it makes it a lot easier because you don't have to say the thing. The other option, if you're using VRC or something like that, is to speak nice and slowly when you make the ADIS. And if you're worried about people transmitting over the top of you, hold down the transmit key while you say the ADIS. They won't talk on top of you if you're talking at them. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed the flight and a little bit of the rant. So this is Mythical Aviator signing off, and hopefully we'll catch you for Across the Pond. Till then, catch you later.